Hi there, I'm Rose from BabyBeats and this is
Erin, hi!
And we are today going to do a few exercises to really help with pelvic stability, especially through the end of pregnancy. Erin is 35 weeks pregnant.
35 weeks pregnant.
So everything that we do with Erin today, you will be able to do throughout your pregnancy. We're going to start with some foot pedals. So we're going to pop your hands onto your hips and we're just going to lift one heel off and then back down again. I'll show you that one from the side. So we're thinking about squeezing baby in. That's the one. And we can lift that heel. If you want to do a rise like Erin's doing, we're going to go up and then back down again. So really, really good for keeping your pelvis nice and strong. There's a lot of movement throughout pregnancy. So we're really aiming to keep all those supporting muscles of your pelvis nice and strong, especially as baby's getting bigger. If you are in the later stages of pregnancy, I would make sure that you speak to your GP or midwife before starting any programme of exercise that you've not done before. How is this feeling?
It feels good. It actually feels quite nice on my lower back.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit of a stretch at the same time.
Perfect. So we're going to now do it in an open feet position. So imagine you've got a clock, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, hands on your hips, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stay away from the rise to begin with. As we're in that open hip position, there's quite a lot of relaxing going through your body now, especially because you're in those later stages of pregnancy. So we're just making sure that we're not going to push too much, especially when we're getting to the third trimester, but just a bit of a gentle movement. If you feel like you can, we can add that little rise going up and down, But again, really focusing on keeping that pelvis nice and still. We want to avoid any nice model hips at this stage. How are you doing there?
How wide would you say your legs need to be?
Perfect, so just hip distance apart, exactly how you are there. You might find because you've got bump and bumps getting a bit bigger, that you might want your legs a little bit wider, but however feels comfortable for you. And remember, if you do feel any pain while you're doing these, we're going to stop and not carry on. You can do it in that turned out position or that forward facing position, whichever one feels best for you.
And I suppose if you did feel a bit wobbly, you could like hold onto a chair or have your hand on a wall.
Yeah, having something nearby, we just don't want any falls at this stage. Is that feeling alright?
Yeah, I can feel it like in my ankles and in my calf muscles as well. I feel like I'm turning my legs.
Really nice for pelvic floor as well, this position. So pelvic floor is a massive part of the third trimester, well, throughout your pregnancy and especially birth. So as we're going up, we're going to think about lifting your pelvic floor. And if you can visualise something, we're going to visualise squeezing baby just gently with your abdominal muscles. As we're going up and down, we get that nice little lift coming up and down. And we want to be doing that for about a minute. If that feels comfortable, if you feel like you can do it a bit longer, then you can go a little bit longer. Yeah. We'll come on to a monkey squat now. So we're going to bring your legs back to hip distance. If I can swizzle you around, perfect, so we can see sideways on. And we're going to pop your hands onto your hips. All we're going to do is a really small 45-degree angle and then back up again. That is brilliant. Squeezing your glutes to come back up again. We're not going to go too far. That weight of baby really does pull sometimes on your back. So we're just doing a really small movement and using your glutes to pull back up.
Yeah.
How does that feel for you?
Yeah, it feels good.
That's it, fab. So give baby that squeeze on the way back up. If you do feel this in your lower back at all, we're going to stop. So you can keep that movement a little bit smaller if that's enough. You don't have to go in any further than a 45-degree angle. That's it, you're looking beautiful there. If you feel like you want to add a little bit for your legs, as we go forward, we're just going to do a small bend. Sending the weight back onto your heels. Think about pulling baby up as we go back to centre. Does that feel alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of movement through your legs.
I can really feel that sort of like in the back of my legs up to my bottom.
Brilliant. And these are all functional movements. So these are movements that we do every single day without knowing. We're just trying to get that right technique so that when you are moving, especially when you're carrying a baby, that we're moving in the most efficient way possible. Let's just do 2 more of those then, please.
I suppose this is a good way to practice sort of picking up like a car seat as well.
Yeah, correct technique in life, especially when you have got big heavy car seats and backpacks and shoulder bags and everything else. And you feel like you're getting a bit of out of breath.
Yeah, especially now I am in the last sort of 5 weeks. Just something quite small like this is still getting that breathing rate and heart rate up.
Perfect. Let's do that last one. Well done, fab. So we're going to come down onto the mat now, just making sure that you've got a nice safe space to come down to. We're going to use some cushions. If you've got yoga blocks, then you can get your yoga blocks, but cushions work absolutely fine. So we're down in a side lying position. We've used 2 quite big cushions just to give Erin a bit of support. Do you feel quite comfortable there?
Yeah, I feel comfy.
We've got a spare cushion as well, so if you want in side lying, if you feel like it's a bit too much pressure on your stomach, we can pop a cushion just underneath your bump, just as a bit of an extra support system, if that feels any better. Does that feel the same?
It feels quite nice actually. I do feel like I'm a little bit more lifted off the mat there. Yeah. But what I will do is I'll move it out of the way so that you can see what we're doing.
Brilliant. So we're going to come into your climb exercise. The climb exercise is amazing for pelvic stability, so we're really working on all the muscles that are supporting your pelvis. Erin's in a position where she's got her knees bent and her feet are in line with the back of the body, so she's in a nice straight line. We're going to lift this top knee, keeping your feet together, lifting that knee up as far as you feel like you can, and then we're going to squeeze your glutes to lower that knee back down again. The aim of this exercise is to work all those supporting muscles. You might find you're a bit more flexible than normal. I don't know if you've found that.
I'm always quite unflexible this way actually, but no, I've not really found it, but you do get very flexible, don't you, with the relaxing hormone.
So do you feel like you're about the same as normal?
Yeah, that in that direction I would say. So I'd say it's more like, I don't know in which way. I've had a little bit of pain to be honest, but not right now, but in my hips,
okay.
like pelvic girdle pain.
Yeah, so again, if you've got pelvic girdle pain, they used to call it SPD, if you're suffering from any of this, then doing a small version of these exercises can really help to support your pelvis. If you are struggling to get down on the floor, you can do this on your bed, just making sure it's fairly firm and that you're right in the middle so we're not toppling forward or back. How are you feeling doing these ones?
Yeah, it feels good. I can really feel it in my bottom, like in my bottom. I feel like I'm working hard.
Brilliant one to do while you're watching TV. Pop Coronation Street on. You can catch up on all the soaps while we're doing this exercise. Want to do about 15 to 20 on one side and then switch round onto the other leg. And if you are finding that you are a lot more flexible, especially through your hips, we just want to make sure that we're not rolling back. If I can just demonstrate with you a second, Erin. So we're not rolling back and leaning into that position. You've got that imaginary wall behind you, or you've got somebody stood behind you to keep you nice and still. Brilliant, let's just do one more there.
I can really feel it in my other hip as well. I feel like I'm working both sides of the body on this side.
Brilliant. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to stay on this sideline position and we're going to stretch this front leg and we are going to flex through your foot. Again, if it's too uncomfortable on your hip, you can pop something underneath. You can have a bit of a cushion underneath or roll your mat up if you're using a mat. I'm just going to roll you slightly further forward, Erin. How does that feel?
Yeah, good.
So flexing through your feet, all we're going to do is lift your leg up no higher than where we are now. So we're not going to do a massive high kick. And then we're going to push through your heel to lower that leg down again. And then again, coming back up and down. Just a really small movement. And you don't even have to do that much if it feels like it's too much for you. How's that feeling?
God, my leg feels really heavy.
Does it? Yeah. It's really, really good as well if you're finding that your circulation is slowing down, if you're finding that you're getting cramp in your legs, if you're getting that restless leg feeling.
I don't get restless leg, but I've been getting a lot of cramp and like pins and needles sort of feeling.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
So we're getting that blood flow coming back up and it's stopping it pooling in the bottom of your legs. So really nice exercise. And you really don't need to do many of these before you feel
it's hard.
Yeah, you feel like your leg weighs about 10 stone. So we'll just do 2 more.
Oh,
last one. And then you can bend that knee in. And if you just give your side a little bit of a rub, it feels quite nice.
Yeah.
Rub or a pat.
Rub or a pat, that is needed after that.
The last one that we're going to do is a little bit of spinal mobility work. So we don't often bring women onto their backs when they're in the 3rd trimester. We can come onto your back, however, if we've got something propped up underneath us. So if Erin, you feel alright to go on your back,
yeah.
And we're just going to make sure you're up nice and high. So we're going to have 3 cushions on this one.
Yeah.
So we're not putting too much pressure on the vena cava, which is that main artery that runs down the back. How do you feel there?
I
feel alright? Yeah. If you are coming onto your back and you are in the late stages of pregnancy, just make sure there is somebody around and you're not doing this while you're on your own. So we're going to work on that pelvis. All we're going to do is have your neutral spine, so your natural curve of your back, and we're going to push your lower back into the floor and then come in back to neutral. So it's a really small pelvic tilt. You might find that you've got a bigger lumbar spine, especially as babies grow. You can tend to find that postures end up moving, so backs are a lot tighter. Again, you just need to do 3 or 4 of these just to help with that lower back mobility. How do you feel there?
Yeah, good. While we're doing this, am I thinking about my pelvic floor muscles as well?
Yeah, if you can always think about pelvic floor, we're going to think about squeezing.
As you tilt under.
You can squeeze either way.
Oh.
So whichever way feels more comfortable. A lot of women find it more comfortable to squeeze as you pull it in and then release as you come out. And you can even practice squeezing the whole time. So you can squeeze to come in and then keep squeezing as you go back.
Oh, that's hard.
It's a bit of a light pat your head and rub tummy kind of exercise, but just to get your pelvic floor working while we're doing these. And again, 2 or 3, and then we're going to come onto your side, just so we're not staying for too long on your back, if you want to have a little rest on your side. We hope you all enjoyed those short exercises, just giving you a little bit of support while in your pregnancy through your pelvic stability. Thanks for watching this short video all about pelvic stability. If you want to see any more BabyBeats videos, you can check us out on YouTube at BabyBeats UK, or
if you want to see some more of my videos, you can find me at Erin Blackburn Fitness. Also, check out the BabyBeats website. It's www.babybeats.co.uk. You can find out about local classes and also if you're interested in becoming an instructor as well. Thanks for watching.
bye!